when you talk about holding examination, the challenges will lie ahead. Now, all these things needs to be deliberated and discussed. I have seen the panelists today in this webinar, in this conference, and participants have while some will probably also present papers. And I believe that these issues will be dealt on, will be discussed, deliberated in a context of Assam. Definitely, we have to think about the larger context, how other people are managing the show, how the academic life of other countries are being managed. In that context, given the concrete context of Assam and the Northeast, we should deliberate how effectively, how well we can manage the academic life of students so that our students do not suffer. The academic life can be continued, the teaching learning process can be taken forward. So I believe all these issues will be discussed in this seminar. And I wish all the success to this seminar. Thank you to all organizers for inviting me to this webinar. So thank you once again, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Das sir, for your beautiful inaugural speech. You have, in a brief of time, you have beautifully explained from COVID how it comes to Assam, then how it affects the academic atmosphere of Assam, and how we can manage it. And like you, we also expect that the participant, the different research paper will try to give us some solution how we can handle this pandemic situation without effect, or we can minimize the effect to the student community. Thank you once again, Das sir. To all the participants, I just like to inform that Professor Das sir has another engagement at 11 a.m. So he will leave now. So I request Das sir that when time permits or when he free, we will be very happy if he joins us again. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Das sir, once
Thank
again.
you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So our next program is keynote speech, and that speech will be given by Professor Gopal Chandra Hazarika sir. He is a well-known person in Assam as well as in India. He has retired from the Department of Mathematics of Dibrugarh University. He has published different books, different research paper in different reputed journals. He is also a member of NAC peer team. So I request our Hazarika sir to give the keynote speech. Hazarika sir.
Yeah, thank you, Jayanta, for your very nice words about me. Though I am not worthy of that. Thank you anyway. Good morning, everybody. Honorable Principal of Dibrugarh College, Dr. Jitu Buragohai, Professor Kandorpa Das, Vice Chancellor, Krishnakanto Hendik, Assam State Open University, members of the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Dibrugarh College, honorable teachers and esteemed participants. A very good morning to all of you. At the very beginning, I must admit that the IQAC cell of Dibrugarh College, in collaboration with Krishnakanta Hendik Open State University, is taking a very relevant topic, how to manage academic life by the students during this pandemic, during this very odd situation we never dreamed of even. So I think the deliberations that will follow will be very fruitful one, and not only our students, but the teachers as well as management will also be benefited by them. So just I will take the privilege. I feel honored that IQAC Dibrugarh College think that I am worthy of saying something on this as keynote. But whether my key will open the doors or not, I don't know. But definitely, the papers which will present in due course in next few hours from now will be very fruitful and beneficial to all of you. My topic I selected, how can students survive and thrive during this pandemic? Friends, this might be a time when the Indian student between college and further study or professional development come to do what students in the post-industrial West have been doing for a while. That is, take a break year and make time for local and short-term work, internship, and self-directed learning opportunities. We have all been unexpectedly hurt by this pandemic, but students are a particularly vulnerable group. They are young and are still sorting out their lives, and their identities and careers are still unformed. So this disastrous pause button is particularly difficult for them. The good news is that pretty much everybody in the same boat worldwide. So the language of this suffering is and will remain universal. We must hope that there will be an asterisk in near future. But differences are clear too. Both worldwide and India, poor, working class, and ethnic minority students are suffering a lot worse, as the closure of campuses has meant the loss of place to live and meal ticket to many of them. The students lucky enough to ask career questions at this moment, as they should, are still among the more privileged ones. To students, I would recommend three things above all else: safety, self-directed study, and self-care. No compromise with health and safety at a time like this. So please follow all directives that may come from the government or maybe from the health worker. And self-care is more important than ever, as this pandemic comes in the midst of already aggravated mental health crisis for students worldwide. But this pandemic offers a great window for self-directed study, especially for older students, which is worth noting carefully. Education follows a universal trajectory where the more senior you become, contact hours with the instructor, with the teachers, with the professors, with the peers come down, and more time is allotted for self-study and research. Such is the trajectory from kindergarten to doctorate level. Younger students need heightened contact as they consume knowledge, while other students need time on their own as they begin to produce knowledge, eventually original works and original research. The pandemic has forced us all on an accelerated curve of self-directed study, and that can be a good thing if we accept and celebrate this forced maturity. In terms of actual practice, over and above the traditional resources, books and texts and papers, many of which are also digitally available now, the internet has opened up a whole wealth of a new resource. Coursera has made many of its courses free. A lot of libraries and publishers have made their content freely downloadable. There are countless opportunities for training in languages and many technical fields. And finally, many institutions have simply closed their campus life and shifted entire instruction process online. That being said, The loss of a peer company is a serious one. Not only is college a lot less fun when it's on laptop screen between the bathroom and the bedroom, the valuable learning that happens through interaction with peers, not only in the classroom, but out in the canteen, the grounds, and the campus bookstore is suddenly all gone. Once we joked that everything is available on online. So why the professors are required? Why the teachers are required? Why so many costly infrastructure, huge amount of money is need to spend for this? Now, in this hour of crisis, we feel the need of the physical interaction with the teachers, with the peers. We feel very badly the grass on which we sat in the college campus, the library, the canteen, the peon, the showkeepers, everything we feel very badly. So it is very important to keep students group and social connection alive while you attend college through your laptop or even your mobile device, not only for happiness and good mental health, but for the actual sake of learning itself. This is our advice to get through the semester or whatever is left of it. However, it is becoming increasingly clear that we are a long way from returning to full functional normalcy. And even if lockdowns are lifted, some form of social distancing is likely to continue for a long time. And it is very likely that on-campus may be disrupted for the time being, with many universities already predicting a fully online academic year 2020 and 21. Higher education experts are even predicting a 5-year period of universities in Western Europe and North America might need to recover to return to pre-pandemic conditions of optimum functionality if indeed the world becomes normal again. You see how dangerous the situation is. Now, what is the advice in the face of this reality? And for the students thinking of going abroad for higher study, we have to take time in small parcels in a couple of months or so, or in a year into summer past. We all know that the next academic year is going to be whether study abroad will be experienced physically or just virtually. So this is a great concern for students who quickly need to take a decision about going abroad next year. The specific answer will depend on universities with which you are in conversation and in countries where it is located. Generally speaking, however, I think it is a very good idea to take a break here now, unless you have dire financial exigencies. I have always been skeptical for the Indian students' endless treadmill approach to higher education and career, school to college, college to university, or to technical or professional school, to the job and being set for life. Except that is no life, and neither it is the wisest way to carve on one's career. So we have to plan very carefully. This might be the year when the Indian student between college and further study come to do what students in the post-industrial West have been doing for a while, take a break. One big option for the break year, travel, might be a big problem because it is severely limited in a COVID pandemic conditions, and it is a very ravaged world. But this might be the opportunity to do more local work or internship or anything else that is accessible remotely or online. Read, think, contemplate, acquire experience, press the pause button. We could have done it all under more ideal conditions, but with the heck on our down before jumping onto the next step in the academic professional ladder, we are here now with very limited options and taking a break, waiting, thinking, doing things on our own. Will certainly this will prepare us to become more mature and prepared citizens for the next step when the world adjusts to a new and hopefully healed normal. This pandemic has forced all institutions practically suspend physical presence of students in classrooms, and instructions are being sent for alternatives. Many arguments are being sent uh, there again against and for this so-called online classes, evaluation, examination, etc., etc. So every group has to adopt this new system in this critical juncture. What should be the actual path to follow? Nobody knows. So the academics is a very important part because this is the backbone of a nation, of a country. So this should be decided very, very carefully. And this is, of course, an important worldwide issue, not for India, not for Assam, or not for Dibrugarh only, but it is a global issue. So what the students, teachers, and management should do, I think the Dibrugarh College Internal Quality Assurance Cell and Krishnakanta Handicap State Open University jointly taking a very relevant topic, that is managing academic life, academic time by the students, not only by students, but by different peer groups which are linked to academics, is quite an important topic. I think all will be benefited out of these deliberations, and hope the deliberations definitely will be fruitful one. I offer my sincere gratitude to the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Dibrugarh College for giving me this opportunity to be with you this morning, and that might be thinking I am worthy of it, but definitely not. So I hope I offer my best wishes to all participants, to the management of the college, that the deliberations, the papers that will be coming up in the next few sessions will be very fruitful one, and a decision will be there definitely. Thank you very much. With this, though it may be not the keys to the actual seminar, but I think the door is opening, and you will go for entering the actual room. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hazarika sir. It's a beautiful keynote. Sir, you are actually a very important person for all of us. When a senior person like you stand with us, we feel very confident. That is one thing. And your speech is also very good, sir. You have mentioned about health and hygiene. Then you have also mentioned that most of the courses are trending online or becoming online. People are moving towards online system due to this pandemic. Then again, you stress importance on physical teaching, because that helps in a different way, in a more beneficial way. So again, from you I have learned that most of the Western Europe as well as Indian institution also planning to a full online academic program from 2021. So we have learned a lot. I believe our participant also learned a lot. So, Zitu sir, you want to say something?
Thank you very much, Jayanta, for the kind words.
Thank you, sir.
That is not of my own speech, but I have collected from so many resources. That is why I came to know that the Western world is preparing for the next 5 years, actually, not
Yes, yes,
for
yes.
the coming years. So how serious the problem is this? This is I am emphasizing actually. Yeah,
Thank you. Sir, Jitu sir, want to say something?
yeah, definitely. Yeah. শুনা নাই?
Sir, your speaker is mute. Unmute it, sir.
Oh yeah. Please unmute it. Not hearing, not audible. Jayanto?
Please unmute yourself, Jitu sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say we must put thank you very much, sir. Okay.
Jayanto, I am not clear what he is saying. It is not
Yes,
audible to me.
even I also not clear. I think sir has a very low bandwidth. That's why the voice is not clearly.
Yes, yes, low, yes.
Oh.
No,
Anyway, thank you, Buddha Guhai sir, for your speech also. So with this, we come to the end of this inaugural session. So now I like to request Bhaskar Sharma to give the vote of thanks. Unmute. Bhaskar, unmute.
Okay. I think it's audible now.
Yeah, you are audible.
Thank you, Janto. On behalf of the organizing committee of this e-national conference, I would like to offer my sincere thanks to the authorities of Krishnakanta Hendricks Open University and the Dibru College, particularly the IQAC cell, for taking this initiative to organize this important conference on a very pertinent issue, managing academic life of students in the time of pandemic, and also to allow us to be involved with this event. Particular thanks goes to our Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Kondoppa Das Sir, and Dr. Jitu Buraghai Sir, Principal of Dibru College, and all the participants, as well as the people who are behind the mission, the technical team. Particularly from Dibru College, we have Gunindo Bora, Library Assistant, and Bikas Tuti, Assistant in IQAC cell of Dibru College. And from our end, KK Hendricks State of University, we have Dr. Binod Deka, then Sri Biswadip Deka is there, and Surojit Sharma is also there. And above all the participants of this conference, we have joined from different parts of the country, and wish you a very best of luck. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Bhaskar. With this, we come to the end of this inaugural session. To all the participants, the first technical session of this e-conference will be start from 1:30 p.m. and the moderator of that session will be Dr. Bhaskar Sharma, sir. So I request all the participants to log in again to join our meeting at 1:15 p.m. The technical session will start from 1:30 p.m. sharp. So the list of the paper presenter who are appointed in the technical session was already shared with the participants. So they are requested to join the meeting in the link sent to their email ID. Thank you.